More propaganda brought to you by the New York Times. I'd like to bring on Jennie Taer to debunk this piece. She spends a lot of time reporting on our southern border. Investigative journalist for the daily Caller News Foundation. Jennie, thanks so much for being with us. It's great to have you.
Thank you.
Of course. So how is it that the New York Times can dismiss this border crisis as fear-mongering when there is just overwhelming evidence of increased illegal immigration and a border that we know is just completely wide open?
Yeah, so as someone who's seen the border under Trump and under Biden, there is a very stark contrast with how many people are coming across, how many drugs are coming across, the expansive number of nationalities that are now crossing that border. Another thing is that there have been national security risks that have been uncovered through the border, plots, to take out actual sitting presidents that we've learned about that have come out about terrorists trying to exploit the border to carry out such acts. So we know that there are threats and there are potential threats. Actually, this year, since October 2022, this fiscal year, we've seen 98 suspected terrorists, so people on the terror watch list that have been apprehended by Border Patrol at all U.S. borders. That's been 98 so far this year. In just 7 months, we had 98 in the total of last fiscal year. So to say this is fear-mongering might be a dismissal of those facts.
Yeah, it sure does sound like it. And there are very clearly concerning issues that I think should, appall everyone. It's crazy to me that this is a partisan issue, but here we are. Now, over in Texas, Governor Greg Abbott has sent yet another bus full of migrants to another sanctuary city. This time, they got shipped off to Denver, Colorado, which is the fourth destination of his effort to remove them from his state. Do you think this is the right move on Abbott's end, or does this just create more problems by pushing the aliens further into the country?
Right. So Abbott's strategy has been to bus migrants to sanctuary cities. So he's already done a few of these to New York City, to Washington, D.C., to Philadelphia, Chicago, and now Denver. Denver has already seen a surge in migrants coming. Actually, some that I've met have ended up there, some that I've met down at the border. They go there because they know there's resources for them, that they won't get reported to authorities because it is a sanctuary. And so it has been a place already that migrants have flocked to. So it's likely that some of the ones that are going on Abbott's buses, it's just making it easier for them to get there. But of course, it does politicize the matter because you now have another war of words between a Democratic politician and Greg Abbott, who's a Republican. And this kind of political football of tossing around where should these migrants go and what should we do with them, which we've seen kind of manifest in New York City with Eric Adams, the mayor there, busing migrants actually out of the city after Abbott did the same thing.
Yeah, you're right. It is shocking to see that. I actually have a clip from New York City Mayor Eric Adams speaking on this issue. Let's take a listen to what he had to say, and then we'll come back to you.
We have 108,000 cities, villages, towns. If everyone takes a small portion of that, and if it's coordinated at the border to ensure that those who are coming here to this country in a lawful manner is actually moved throughout the entire country, it is not a burden on one city. And the numbers need to be clear. We received over 70,000 migrant asylum seekers in our city. 42,000 are still in our care. If this is properly handled at the border level, this issue can be resolved while we finally get Congress, particularly the Republican Party, to deal with a comprehensive immigration policy.
Jennie, isn't it ironic that Adams initially wanted New York City to be a sanctuary city for the illegals? Shouldn't he have to keep them since he was one of the key players pushing for this?
Right. He is a sanctuary city, and he has, said that they are open to migrants in New York City. But now I think that they're having to put migrants in the Roosevelt Hotel, and they're having to put them in, within the city where it may not make everybody happy. I think they're starting to realize that this issue is pretty out of hand for them.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.